Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, it's been a few days since I've even made a video, and there's been a lot of brand new news that's actually popped off and happened in the gaming sphere. And one of the bigger ones out here is that we've had a little bit of an unexpected twist and turn when it comes to the games that most gamers are looking forward to. Now, as you guys probably know, we've been seeing like a somewhat big influx of brand new Xbox games that have kind of just been on the repeat. Same with a lot of other various old school games like God of War or Spider-Man, kind of just being like the main focus. Like a lot of copy and paste, going for sequels, staying with the same and kind of simple IP. But right now it kind of seems like PlayStation might be taking a somewhat alternative route, and I'm going to go talk about this because I thought it was a very intriguing topic. Now, as you guys probably know, places like Nintendo, basically, you're a kid, you have like those forever own games, and you still want to have a game that's somewhat a fun experience. Think like a Mario, Zelda game out there where they're kind of basic in terms of not like the craziest plot points, overall good colors, happy vibes, etc. Like kind of keep that image in your head. While say for Xbox is more of like a mature gamer, and I'd probably say at this point PlayStation is more on that mature side too. You have games like say Spider-Man, which may be more of a teen game, but it's still out there, and you have to deal with more of those hardcore things. God of War especially, where I probably would not let a lot of my kids go play his games. But right now it seems like one of the more anticipated titles is getting a lot more extra traction than people are expecting, and it seems like the future shift from PlayStation might be going towards that. So let's go and talk about that. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on it, the Twitter and Twitch down below, and let's dive on into it. So the first and kind of the biggest thing out here, and we have a few other various stories we're going to talk about throughout today. But basically, Astrobot has gotten this cool announcement and talk where it's going to be coming out. Like, this game was a somewhat decent title on the PlayStation 5, although it was more on the, I'd say, basic in chill mode. It was more of like an addition towards your console, an additionary game, and it's not like a mainstay game like a Horizon. But right now they're finally getting the funding and the time and the marketing to try to make something more unique. And that's what Astrobot is doing right now, where it's actually beating out almost every other single major game to be the #1 wishlist game of the Summer Game Showcase. And this is where I think everything gets a little bit more on the intriguing side, because right now there's two subjects, where PlayStation as a whole hasn't really had a chance to cultivate younger gamers yet. They haven't had a chance to focus on that children market. And that's what Nintendo's always done well. Every parent can probably say like who Mario and Luigi is, or a lot of other various characters too, like Zelda, etc. And on the reverse side, PlayStation gamers have grown up with PlayStation. So if you're 20, 25, 30, 35, whatever, you could probably go and say almost every PlayStation character. But right now, what is kind of driving children to want to either buy an Xbox or buy a PlayStation? Now, there might be some individualized games, such as Fortnite or Rocket League, or even Minecraft for some cases, but a lot of those are also applicable on PC. At the same time, you also get a better experience sometimes at PC. So think mods, think, I don't know, just more multiplayer, better support, whatever. And right now, it seems like PlayStation finally kind of realized this, because we're seeing all these other various things. Sorry, other topics over here. We're basically kind of seeing this right now where it seems like the Lego Horizon Adventures, which is a Lego game with one of the more iconic, at this point, PlayStation characters with Aloy, and as well as also with the brand new Astrobot. And what do these games have in common? They're fun, they're wholesome, they're cute games, and they're kind of driving towards a demographic that isn't maybe the most pursued in the gaming sphere. Now, I do agree this is kind of smart. Like, there's a lot of kids out there who want to play games. And how else do you have people who become lifelong fans? That's a really thing to know. And with Lego now pushing the PS4 and PS5 and also on the Switch, that kind of drives out the brand, drives out the PlayStation brand. Astrobot, with it getting a big, huge game, which we're hearing over like 150 or so levels, which is kind of crazy to go and say. And this is basically some of the most anticipated games. We're over Doom, over Gears of War, Perfect Dark, which we got to put a little bit of respect on Xbox for having all these games like Fable, Call of Duty, and everything else with it. But look, Astrobot is the top wishlisted game. And that apparently is driving something that we didn't really know about in the gaming sphere, that people generally would want to have a game like Astrobot, or they want to have games like Lego Horizon Adventures. Now, these may not be the craziest ones, like a lot of these Xbox games tied in, but it's intriguing because it is true. Like some people who love Halo. I played Halo when I was like 13 back in the day. When I was more, I would probably say at this point, a kid. So who wants to, like, when you're like 8 years old, 10 years old, you want to grow up with these games. You want to know these people. Like, say, imagine like Little Big Planet, which was probably like the quote unquote kid game to get people into the PlayStation ecosystem back in the day. And so far, they haven't done that. So far, they need to go do that. So they're going to. I don't know. It's kind of intriguing to go and see. So anyway, this is just big news. It seems like they're trying to go switch the stuff on up over here and kind of try to push towards something different. And a lot of people are saying hating these games are Nintendo and stuff like that, but I think it's kind of big to go no. I think this is a demographic they need to go hit and focus on, and I'm glad they will. Now, some other kind of intriguing things to note, just for quick rambles. When it comes to, funny enough, some of these bigger, crazier trade-offs with Ubisoft and God of War and all of that, we're kind of seeing this weird limbo for Ubisoft, where maybe even a game company like GameStop can maybe go picking it up. But now we're seeing other outside places going and saying, hey, Xbox has Call of Duty, Activision, Bethesda. You guys might need to go get something to compete with that. And I'd probably say a Square Enix, Konami, or an Ubisoft, maybe EA, are all very big publishing companies that I could probably see being pushed for. Now, I do want to say, when it comes to these games as a whole, I don't know. Like, I think they could afford it. Ubisoft at this point is only a few $1 billion. Sony and PlayStation can definitely find the money for it regardless. They have a lot of billions of dollars in reserve cash and would probably overall drive bigger profit margins. You sell those games on Xbox, you make money. You sell them for PS5 exclusives even, which I may not necessarily recommend, but you'd still go and make money. And at the same time, although there's not as many big games, but Tom Clancy's, some of these other various Star Wars IPs or whatever, there's still big games to go and know. So I'm kind of curious on what they'd want to go buy in the future. Also, sadly, we also did have a pretty big indie game studio that got shut down, called Wizard with a Gun developer Galvanic Games shut down, which was really horrible. They had some pretty sad comments, saying that their sales were not strong enough to sustain their studio, and some really sad comments, basically saying that this was our best year. They had like 10 years of them having mediocre profits, trying to spend money to make money type vibes. And after all of this effort, they finally were having like that upswing, that good motivational vibe. They were talking with other game, like Xbox and stuff, to see if they get buyouts and funding or do a Game Pass game or whatever it might be. And sadly, they had to go and shut it down. They said that while they had numerous encouraging conversations at DICE and GDC, the process of signing new projects, even in a good year, takes longer than the runaway of cash they had to go and basically maintain the company. Basically saying, hey, like, we could have maybe made this company work out, but it would have cost us, $500,000. We only had $300K in the bank. We're calling it now. It sucks. And it made me kind of sad. Because they say, I may never get over the irony of spending a decade building my ideal team only for it to end after our most productive year. The dedication, creativity, and hard work of every person on our team has been nothing short of extraordinary. And this is horrible to go and see because they were trying to get new people on here. They were trying to work on through it, and they were so sad. And a lot of the comments out there, although you guys may or may not have played the game, Wizard with the Gun actually was a pretty fun niche game out there that a lot of people enjoyed. And that's what makes, I think, a lot of people kind of sad on this type of stuff. It is really sad. And as well, too, it's kind of fun going back in the Astrobot news. At least some studios do have that freedom to go and make new things. And I do think this game actually is a somewhat consistent, I don't know. Like, I think Astrobot has potential over here because they've made a lot of these various other games and other platforms, and it is like the quintessential PlayStation game. They want to have a bunch of different collaborations with everything out here. They want to go have like a fun PlayStation mascot. I can show out the trailer here a little bit too as well if you guys want to see it. But like everything about the game itself does look and seem cool. It's basically like them trying to go compete with Mario, and like the graphics look nice, the game looks good. And although like we are seeing some other weird issues with other various games or game companies, like why not risk on something new? And this is at least something nice they can throw in for a homage and include other games. This really just gives me a lot of Mario vibes, honestly. But like Mario's good. I like Mario. So they should have a mascot. They should have a game that's for kids. They should go and try to push this. And although some game studios are shutting down and some game studios maybe are just copy and pasting old school games, at least this is kind of giving us something fun and quirky and different to look forward to, and I do think the gaming sphere as a whole wants it, and I'm excited for it. So I want to hear your thoughts and comments on everything down below. I'm still a bit on the sick side, so if you guys don't mind me or think this has been a horrible video, so I hope you guys don't mind, and I appreciate you guys all so much for watching here. We have the Twitter and Twitch room down below. Subscribe if you guys are new, and I appreciate y'all for watching.